What's the Jerry, number 42?
What's the matter with you? What are you saving your strength for, the customers?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Jerry. How's the ladies' gowns?
Hello, Joe. How's the ladies' footwear?
Just fine, baby.
Good.
Well, Jerry. Say, listen. How about you and me stepping out the Strand tonight? They got $1 million picture down there.
You wouldn't fool me, would you?
No, honest, the paper says so.
Not tonight, Joe.
Oh, Jerry, when are you and I going to have a date together?
I'll say one thing for you, Joe. You never give up, do you?
Well, you can't blame me for trying, baby.
I'll be seeing you.
I'll be looking for you.
Hey, Jerry, come on.
I'm coming.
Now, the show last night, guess who I saw?
Who? You'll die when I tell you. It was Ed.
No.
Don't ask me. I didn't sleep at all last night. I was up to Roseland dancing. And Billy says to me, yeah, and I gives him a look and says, yeah.
I most didn't come to work this morning. My baby's got a fever of 102.
Hello, Edna.
Oh, what's this?
You'd better hurry upstairs.
Honestly, I'd be ashamed to be caught dead in this cold, and I don't know how I'm going to afford another one.
Yeah, well, try going without lunches for a few years, darling. And besides, it's good for the hips.
Oh, gee, I've lost my key again.
As usual.
Hey, be careful of my hat. Hurry up, girls. We'll never get to the mirror. Now, come on, Jerry.
Gee, I need a facial. I never have time to do anything around here. My face looks terrible.
She's right, but she doesn't need a facial. She needs plastic surgery. Well, here goes for another day. Ooh, and my feet are killing me. I don't know how I'll be able to stand on my pins all day.
Maybe the floor walker will put in a couch for you, darling.
That poor bird wouldn't know what a couch was for.
Gee, 6 minutes to 9. Let's go.
Oh, quick, we'll all be docked again.
Say, if you're docked anymore, Francine, you'll be paying to work here.
Oh, hurry, we'll be late.
Morning, Addie.
Morning, Addie. Oh, Elsie.
Be careful of your mistakes in those sales slips, number 36. You know, every time there's an error, I am left holding the sack.
Oh, if it isn't one thing, it's another. Sure. If it isn't one thing, it's another. You've never said anything truer. If it isn't one thing, it's another. I was just going to say, if it isn't one thing, it's another. Yep, it's another.
Well, number 42. Please be more careful the way you talk to the customers. That lady you were rude to last night reported you.
Why, I didn't do anything. I was waiting on 3 customers, and she said, who waits here? And I said, Madam, everybody does. And besides, she brought back blankets she'd been sleeping in for 2 weeks and wanted to exchange them.
I know, but you must use tact. Remember, the customer is always right.
Well, not the ones that I wait on. And I wish they were all in Chicago.
Store is open, girls. Yes, Miss Hartley. Now, I want all of you in lingerie as quickly as you possibly can. Mrs. Lansing, Ross Weaver, is coming in to select a trousseau.
What, another one? What does she do with all her husbands? What does she do with all her lingerie?
I know. She gives them both to charity.
Miss March, Mrs. Lansing, Ross Weaver, is being brought down by Mr. Jardine personally.
Which Mr. Jardine?
Well, I've never known Mr. Jardine Sr. to take a personal interest in customers, and as Mr. David Jardine doesn't work in the store...
Then I can guess who it is. Since there are only 3, I don't know how you ever figured that one out.
Oh, you knew it was Tony Jardine all the time. I noticed he's been hanging around here a lot lately.
Oh, Miss Ladlow, you wear the Poiret step-in.
Yes, Miss Hartley.
Miss Dardanelle, you the Viennese nightgown. And, Miss March...
Yes, ma'am.
You the Pantois step-in. And Eloise, put some whitener on your legs. Your freckles are showing through.
Yes, Miss Hartley.
You wear the Augusta Bernard nightgown.
Just because she's got skin like elephant's hide, she don't know that men like freckles.
They don't care whether you've got freckles or not, as long as you've got legs.
You're the strangest girl.
Do you think so?
I certainly do.
I'm terribly impressed. And it's sweet of you to go to all this trouble.
Not at all. Who wouldn't take the opportunity to see a lovely lady's lingerie before her bridegroom sees it?
Oh, Tony. Thank you. Over here.
Over there.
Isn't that lovely? I adore that shade, don't you?
It's very beautiful.
The lovely color,
Oh, there's the tall girl with that one.
Oh, that lace, gorgeous on there.
And this
That's
one.
ducky. I simply...
Hello.
Hello, Tony.
material is that?
I
What do you
wonder
like
how
for
much
that would cost? Why don't
Isn't
you?
that heaven?
Oh, I like
that.
that.
I heard you have a maid copy that one.
I rather like that one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one.
What
I
is the
think
price
I'd be
of
ready.
it?
What
$150.
Just
Really?
love
That's
it.
sweet.
I'd love to have it.
I like that too.
Black one. Black. Black is always so flattering. I think so.
Makes
Oh,
one look
it's
very
gorgeous.
good.
I love it. She's lovely. Oh, my dear, do you know that's real rose white lace? Oh, I'd die forever for that. It's lovely.
Very lovely.
Oh, she's
very
very
beautiful.
Isn't she sweet? Don't they look sweet?
It's very lovely.
Oh, darling.
Wearing a lot
Is
of
that the
lace,
one you like
aren't
best,
they?
dear?
I beg pardon? Very expensive?
You'll have to ask the sales lady.
I should hate to bother the sales lady.
Oh, not at all, sir. We're quite used to being bothered.
Just a moment, miss. Would you mind turning around, please? How do you like that model, Tony?
I've never seen a more charming model.
I think I'll take that one.
That will be all, Miss March.
Thank you, Miss Hartley.
What's the price of that?
$175.
I'll have one just like that and another one in a delicate shade of rose.
Oh, that will be lovely for Madame.
And what have you in nightgowns?
Oh, did you see the lovely Augusta Bernard?
Yes, but I think I want something a little bit more for a trousseau, you understand.
Amelia.
I can't. I'm awful busy.
Say, did you hear that dame asked for a black nightgown because her husband just died?
No, I didn't hear her.
Say, Jerry wasn't noticing much of anything but Tony Jardine. She blushed every time he looked at her.
Gee, I knew I put on a rotten makeup this morning.
I don't blame her.
He's so handsome, he gives me goose pimples.
See, I could go for that guy in a big way myself.
Well, I've sized up Tony Jardine as being the only man around here under 80. No, under 82. That doesn't start in with, what's your phone number, girlie? He's the only man I've seen that looks at your face.
Well, he may be an angel, but he once asked you to have dinner with him.
Yes, but in a nice way. Not like the other men.
Well, I don't understand why you didn't go with him.
I don't either. Only I just thought it better I didn't.
You're the strangest girl.
Oh, Miss March.
Yes?
Just a moment, please. Miss March, would you do me a favor?
Why, yes, of course.
Would you put on those Pantois beach pajamas? I want Mrs. Ross Weaver to see them.
Right away.
Oh, Miss March, where did you learn to wear clothes so well?
In Simpkinsville, New York. A lovely place to leave.
Well, I'm glad you left, for the sake of the store. Anyone with such beautiful carriage and poise would be wasted in Simpkinsville.
Oh, thank you. Well, I guess I'd better get into the beach pajamas.
Good morning, Mr. Jardine.
Good morning.
Glad to see you coming in the store more frequently.
Yes, I suppose eventually I'll be coming here daily.
Your brother came in some time ago.
Oh, I fear this early rising will lead him to a bad end.
Haven't you got something else in gardenia?
Oh, I'm sorry, madam, but I've shown you every line we carry.
But I don't like any of these. You must have something special I haven't seen.
Well, I'll be very glad to show you everything we have. Now, this Jeunesse d'Or is very popular, but it's $45 an ounce.
Well, have I questioned the price of anything?
No, madam.
I don't like it at all. Give me 25 cents worth of Jockey Club.
Yes, madam. Even change. Thank you, madam.
You'll have to pay more attention to the customers, Miss Blair.
Oh, Davy.
Why didn't you tell the old hen where to get off?
Did you hear her? And she's not as bad as some of them.
Well, why do you stand it?
Oh, what else can I do?
You know what you can do.
Oh, Davy, let go of my hand. The floor walk will report me.
Well, why don't you get your hat and come out of here with me right now?
Oh, Davy, that's silly.
Oh, what's silly about it?
Let's not go all over that again. Anyway, not now.
Oh, gee, I just meant to say hello, but I can't help it. I've got to talk to you now. Now, how do you think I feel coming in here, finding you working, waiting on people, when you ought to have people waiting on you?
Oh, Davy.
Well, I can't help it. You can't expect me to go on like this. Well, if you cared anything about
Oh, but
me...
I do. You know I do.
Well, then prove it.
Don't you suppose I go crazy thinking how happy we'd be together?
Well, then what's all the red tape for? Well, we love each other. Isn't that all that matters?
4 pairs of woolen blankets. 37.50. 4 ounce north, 4 5's 20, and 2 to carry. 4 7, 28, 29, 30, and 3 to carry. 4 3 is 12, 13, 14, 15. $150, please.
A charge, please. Mrs. Montgomery Summers, 330 Park Avenue.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Charge, please, to Mrs. Montgomery Summers. Why is it that dames like that get all the breaks while I have to dig up bargains in Mace's basement and buy chiffon seconds? Look at what I did to my last pair this morning.
Cheer up, dearie. Someday you'll meet an old guy who's just ready to leave you $1 million and croak.
Yeah? Well, where will I meet him? I might as well be buried as parked here in these blankets where there's not a male customer in a carload.
You said it.
Put these in for me, will you, Marcella? Thanks.
May I help you, madam?
Need any assistance?
Can I show you something?
Well, after what you have shown me, I've almost lost interest in the blankets I wanted to buy.
Blankets? You want blankets?
Yes, blankets. You know, blankets for beds. These are not horse blankets, are they?
Well, I don't know. I've never slept in them. Just what kind of blankets did you want to see, sir?
The Duke of Kekiak's gone. Drop the sales lady act. I like you much better as yourselves.
Since when did we become old friends?
Well, unfortunately, we're not, but that might be remedied.
Just how many blankets did you want?
Couple of dozen.
A couple of dozen?
Yeah, isn't that enough?
Are you running a hotel?
Sometimes it seems like that on weekends. But I have a modest little camp up in Adirondacks.
Well, what kind of blankets did you want?
Whichever kind you prefer.
Well, these are $37.50, but the $24 ones are every bit as good. I'll give you those.
I never met a beautiful woman before who seemed to know anything about economy.
Well, you'd have to if you worked in the woolen blankets.
Well, you ought not work here.
That'll be $576. Where shall I send them?
Plaza Hotel, Martin W. Sanderson.
Charge?
No, cash. I always pay cash for what I want.
I suppose these go to Mrs. Sanderson?
There's no Mrs. Sanderson. Sometimes I get quite lonesome, Miss, I didn't catch the name.
That's funny. It happens to be Daniels.
Charming. But you know a name is absolutely useless without an address.
153 West 91st Street. I'll get you your change.
Give it to me tonight.
Let's go to the automat for dinner. No, I think I'll go home. All I want's a glass of milk anyway.
Helen, let's stay down to a show tonight.
Well.
Gee, Jerry, I forgot to get the can opener you told me to get.
We'll have to use the hammer and nail again. See if you can find it, will you?
Well, I don't know where it is. It doesn't seem to be in here.
Hey, Frankie.
Yeah?
Weren't you using that hammer this morning to open a cold cream jar or something?
Uh-huh, I guess so.
Well, find it and then set the table, will you?
Oh. I'm lying down, Jerry. I've got a terrible headache.
Yeah, what have you got in there to ache?
Oh, you wouldn't care if I was dying.
Indeed I would. You haven't paid your share of this month's rent yet.
Oh, I found the hammer. It was in the oven.
Okay. Well, snap out of it, Lady Vier, and put the hardware on the table. Oh, ouch!
Oh, did you hurt yourself, dear?
Oh, no, I just put a nail in my thumb so I could hang things on it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Jerry, I forgot the coffee.
Oh, you would. Most of it's boiled over on the floor by this time. Oh, catch that.
Ooh, salmon again. Is every day Friday around here?
What do you expect? Nightingale tongue and patty de foie gras every night?
Oh, I don't care. I don't want to eat much anyhow. I may arrange supper at the plaza later on.
Oh, really? Well, I'm dining at the Ritz myself.
Wait and see. I'm laughing up my sleeve.
Yeah? Be sure and save yourself plenty of elbow room.
Have you really got a heavy date, Francine?
Oh, I just happen to be going out with a hot number that throws $100 bills around like confetti.
Hey!
Oh.
Does he make them himself?
Who is he? Martin W. Sanderson?
I suppose you found him lying on one of the blanket counters when you opened up this morning.
No, but I did meet him at the store, if you want to know.
And you made a date for tonight. Ha-hum. Love at first sight.
Who said anything about love?
I'm sure you fell in love with his pocketbook.
Is the heater on? I want to take a bath.
Uh-huh.
Be sure and take a nickel with you when you go out tonight for car fare home.
Well, here's one little girl who's not walking home.
Yeah? I've heard that one before. And as usual, you go out every night and leave me to clean up this mess.
I'll say it's a mess. The whole darn life's a mess.
You're just now finding that out?
Oh, no, but gosh, Jerry, what do we get out of it anyhow? Living on a measly little $22.50 a week and getting docked every time the floor walker gets sore at you. You can't have the things you want. You can't have decent clothes. You can't go places.
Ray, hear ye, hear ye.
Well, do you like it?
Certainly I don't like it. Do I look that dumb?
Where's the towel?
There aren't any clean ones left. Use the bath mat.
Oh, you think everything's funny, don't you?
Sure I do. You're a perfect scream yourself. Just because you're in love, you think the whole world's going to stop going around.
Oh, there's no use talking to you. You don't get me at all.
Oh, don't I? I'm miles ahead of you. Young David Jardine wants you to give up work. He hates to see anyone so beautiful standing behind a counter all day. He wants to buy you a lovely little apartment. And he wants to see you in beautiful clothes. He can't marry you just yet, but later on, of course. Mm-hmm.
Where did you see him? You've been talking to him.
Nope. But I've talked to lots of other men.
Hey, what's all the shooting about?
Oh, nothing. But I've just been telling Jerry that I'm fed up with this and I'm not going to stand for it any longer.
Well, I'm with you on that. Work all day and come home to this dump. And a delicatessen supper. What have we got to look forward to? stay behind a counter until we drop dead, or marry some sap from the store, like your admirer Joe.
No wisecrack.
And spend the rest of your life in the Bronx washing dirty dishes.
Well, that seems to be the straight and narrow in a nutshell, Francine, but what are we going to do about it?
We're not going to do anything about it as long as we continue being dumb and virtuous. And say, how about that Mamie Delroy who worked in the gloves?
Yes, and what about Nettie Seibert right in my department? She's got her own packet with a chauffeur waiting for her every evening.
Yeah? She's still working, though, isn't she?
Oh, well, that's just to save her mother's feelings.
Isn't that a shame? I should think her mother would be glad to see her little girl making good, wouldn't you?
Well, Mamie's made good. You told me yourself she breezes in and charges a couple of $1,000 every month for clothes.
Yeah. We should get a load of the guy that pays her bills.
Well, what does that matter?
Well, it'd matter a lot to me. If I ever tried to get cozy with a bird like that, I'd burst out laughing and spoil the act.
What are you looking for? Some beautiful, pure romance?
No, not romantic. I'm just particular. Me's the only little thing I've got.
Well, I'm not going to be such a sap. I've got it all figured out. I want money, and I'm going to get it before it's too late. This town picks them young.
Yeah, and finishes with them young, too.
Say, Connie, you've got nothing to worry about. You're all set. You've got a boyfriend whose father owns a store.
What do I care about his money? I'd feel the same way if David didn't have a cent.
Isn't that beautiful? Money means nothing to her. No.
Well, it doesn't, Frankie. We love each other and we want to be together. Everybody's got a right to live, and everybody has a right to love. Haven't they, Jerry?
Of course they have. Only you've got to be careful that what you find is really life and really love. Otherwise, you're worse off than you were before. I'll take that chance.
I think I will, too.
Well, I'll tell you why I won't. I'm pretty miserable about the life we lead, too. Only I'm afraid. Oh, not of what you're thinking. I'd do anything I thought was right, regardless of what anyone else thought of it. You know, it's like when I first went to work in the jewelry. There were gems there that you would have sworn were real, but they were fakes. And there was always something horrible about putting a real one and a fake one side by side and hardly being able to tell them apart. Say, listen, as bad as this is, it is real, and I don't have to lie to anybody about it. Better still, I don't have to lie to myself.
Oh, to hear you talk, you'd think there wasn't a decent man in the world.
Well, darling, I've met a lot of them, and they run pretty true to form. They all act the same in a taxicab.
Hey, weren't you the one that was raving the other day about Tony Jardine being different from the rest?
Well, I said he seemed different. But I haven't been in a taxi with him yet.
Oh, there's the answer to a maiden's prayer. Quick, Jerry, will you let him in?
Sure. But remember, gal, when the snow begins to fall, don't come weeping home to Mother.
I won't, because I'm taking my skates.
Good evening.
Good evening. I suppose you're Mr. Sanderson.
Yes.
Well, won't you come in?
Thank you. Well, this is an unexpected pleasure, Miss,
March is the name.
Miss March.
Yes, if you'll just sit down, I'll tell Francine you're here.
No hurry.
Oh, no?
You're not afraid to talk to me a minute, are you?
Ah, but I am. I don't trust myself.
Really?
Francine.
Coming, dear.
I'm quite sure you'll change your mind if you knew me better.
Really? What a pity. I'll never find out. Oh, hello there.
Oh, hello.
Did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. I was just having a nice little chat with Miss March.
Oh, how nice.
Yes.
Shall we go?
Oh, yes. Don't wait up for me, darling.
No. If you spill any gin on my coat, I'll murder you.
Good night, dear.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Miss March.
Mr. Sanderson.
Have they gone yet?
Uh-huh.
What's he like?
Oh, just what you'd expect. 1910 motor and a 1930 chassis. Well, where do you think you're going?
Out.
Got a date?
Well, what do you suppose I'd be going out for if I didn't have a date?
David?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Will you be out late?
Any more questions?
No.
You don't suppose I'm going to sit home here like you, twiddling my thumbs, do you? I'm going out and enjoy myself.
Bring me a bunch of primroses, will you?
What are you talking about? Where will I get primroses?
Well, don't they grow along the primrose path?
Don't be silly.
Good night.
Good night.
Hello? Hello?
Who? Oh, hello, Joe.
Guess where I am, baby. Guess where I am. Ah, go on and guess. Well, I'm down on the corner of 42nd and Broadway, right in the middle of things. Ah, wait a minute, Jerry, wait a minute. Listen, I've been over to La Bang's for cut-rate tickets, and I could get front row seats for a honeymoon for $3, $1.98 each. Well, I know it's a flop, but think how cheap it is.
Oh, I'm all undressed, ready for bed.
I'll be right over, baby. I'll be right over.
Why, Joseph Aloysius Munsey. Good night.
Oh, Jerry, wait a minute, will you? Wait a minute. Central, give me that nickel back. I got the wrong number.
Trying to get a breath of fresh air?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Jardine. New York's a furnace in this weather, isn't it?
I can't understand how attractive women can complain about the heat and manage to look so charmingly cool.
Wouldn't it be great to be in swimming right now?
I manage to get a dip in every morning and evening down at Soundview. It's our place, Oyster Bay.
Oh, yes. I've seen pictures of it in Vanity Fair. I remember one lovely view of marble terraces and a great long row of poplars leading down to the water.
I wish you could see it for yourself.
Mr. Jardine? Oh, Mr. Jardine. Oh, pardon me, Mr. Jardine, but your father wants you. He's showing Monsieur Pantois through the salon.
Pantois?
As we think he's the greatest dressmaker in the world. He's just arrived from Paris. Father went down to the boat to meet him. You'll excuse me?
Surely.
He is so distinguished looking.
Yes, isn't he, though?
Monsieur Francois, I'm delighted to see you.
Tony, I haven't seen you since those days in Paris. Do you remember this little mademoiselle?
No. For heaven's sake.
Oh, my staff. André, Émile, Gaston.
Just what do the three graces do?
Émile, he has devoted his life to adorn the head of women. He make only the chapeau, the hat. André, he give his half-blood to create new lines for the soirée gown.
You mean evening gowns or night gowns?
Ah, night gowns. That's Gaston. He expresses the secrets of a woman's hidden soul en lingerie moderne.
Well, they'll all have a chance to exhibit their genius at your premiere showing.
Yes. I've suggested to Father that we hold your showing at our country place. It would be a novel entertainment and a great advertisement.
Mais oui, and charming.
Of course, we'd bring down our best models.
Of course. And I hope we both will have a great success.
Say, Jerry, isn't that beautiful? Come on, let's do
Tony, Jardine, where have you been?
We made that up in our own heads, Tony. Aren't we wonderful?
This is the first time I ever knew that Shakespeare was really a quartet of lovely girls.
I feel like I just died and went to heaven.
Don't be silly, Jerry. They don't wear pantois gowns in heaven.
Tony, we've been discussing you, and we want to know which one of us you like the best.
It's me, isn't it, Tony?
I'll let him speak for himself. Oh, go on, Tony. Tell them the truth about us.
Good heavens, Anne, not the whole truth.
You're impossible.
Just think of living in a place where you have plenty of air to breathe and everything you look at is beautiful. Gardens and flowers.
I got a flower pot on my windowsill.
Have you?
Well, I've got a hold of you.
Oh, Tony. Now, Evelyn, you keep out of this competition. You can't have him.
I'm not competition. Now, if it were David.
By the way, Tony, where is David tonight?
I don't know. I'll look him up for you.
Couldn't they have asked any more people?
It's about time you put in an appearance, David. That Woodforth girl's been asking for you in a voice trembling with emotion.
Sorry, but I'm running up to town tonight.
Oh, who is she?
Well, never mind who she is.
Well, I'm a so-and-so if my younger brother doesn't seem to be showing signs of excitement.
And I'll cut the kidding, Tony. This isn't an ordinary thing. I'm in love with someone.
I see. And does the object of your affections return your burning, feverish, delirious emotions?
Well, I've got a surprise for her tonight. I want to find out once and for all if she does love me.
Generous of you to leave the field here open to me.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing here worth bothering about.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Mesdames et messieurs, you who are the slaves of fashion, you see in me the master of fashion. The beauty of the women, the beauty of day and night, the beauty of the season, these are my inspiration. If it's very cold, does the snow fall and the wind rage? Then we will forget the snow fall and the wind rage when we see the chic création for winter sports. The winter passes. Passé. Gone. But there is still beauty left for us. Does the sun burn and the air stifle? Then we will forget the sun burn and the air stifle in the chic création for summer sport.
Why you had to wait.
The sky is dressed in the stars, and the ladies are also shining like the stars in the chic wraps and gowns for the evening. Now is the time for the great surprise. Pardon. In the world we know cruel and hard, then we'll forget that the world we know is cruel and hard in the world of another day, in the chic création for the costume ball.
Tony, when there's so many charming women here.
There's only one charming woman I'm interested in tonight. Of course, I mean you, Mother.
You're not ill, are you?
No.
Kiss your little finger.
I also kiss your little finger.
Pardon. I must see your papa.
And I must go undress.
Oh, not right away. Let's look at the gardens while they're so close by.
Oh, but I...
Oh, surely you won't catch cold in a night like this. Breath of fresh air will do you good.
But I really shouldn't in this gown.
Aren't the only things we do the things we shouldn't do? Jerry, you look like some gorgeous creature from the French court who stepped out of a dream.
Oh, I guess I'm the one that's dreamed.
Isn't it as nice as you expected it would be?
I never imagined anything could be so beautiful.
That's just what I was thinking.
Don't you think we'd better be getting back?
Well, if you really want it. But you haven't seen half the gardens yet. Not even the lakes.
Oh, isn't it gorgeous?
The view from the lake's much nicer when the house and gardens are lighted. But you can't see anything from here. Let me run you out a little way.
All right. Oh, this is so glorious. I suppose I'll wake up and find myself at the store.
Let's forget about the store tonight. It doesn't exist. This is what I've wanted you to see all along.
What is it?
I've never shown it to anyone before. Look up.
It's just a tree.
Keep looking.
Oh, I've never seen anything like that before.
It's a studio I built. A place where I can go when I want to get away from things.
What a novel idea. A tree with stairs.
And a castle at the top. Would you care to risk your neck and take a look?
I'd love it.
Just push it open. It's not locked. Music?
I'd love it. I like that. I think it's very clever.
Thank you. I always like a woman who appreciates and accepts a man's ideas.
Just reservations.
Oh, you don't believe in inhibitions, do you?
When a man begins to talk about inhibition, it's time to look at the view.
Isn't it time to stop looking at views? Let's forget about the landscape.
Don't tell me you weren't sincere when you raved about the beauties of nature.
Oh, but I was. I'm mad about the beauties of nature. I've been fighting myself all evening to keep from doing this.
I knew I shouldn't have come out in this gown. It's all crushed.
I'll take better care next time.
But you're mistaken. There isn't going to be any next time.
Do you think I could hold you once in my arms and then let you go? Jerry, you're driving me mad. You don't know how I've looked forward to this moment. You're like ice.
Just a moment, Mr. Jardine. Why is it when men get emotional, they all use ridiculous rubber-stamped lines?
That's clever. But you're being clever at the wrong time. Let's have a cigarette.
A cigarette? And then you'll offer me a little cold supper. And then perhaps you'll tell me my eyes are like mysterious pools. Then, after a little more talk about inhibition, we'll be right back here, where we started. Sorry, but I haven't time to stay in here at all.
Just what did you come here for?
I've been asking myself the same question. Perhaps because of something you wouldn't understand.
Don't tell me you didn't know exactly why I brought you here alone.
I did and I didn't. Only I'd hoped for once in my life I was wrong.
What charming innocence.
No, not innocent. Something else you wouldn't understand. Sorry I misled you.
The regret is mine, not to have been able to mislead you, yet.
Oh, so you're one of those who won't give up, are you?
I've always gotten everything in life I've wanted.
You're fortunate, Mr. Jardine.
And I want you.
You're unfortunate, Mr. Jardine.
Oh, come on now, Jerry, let's drop the pose and be yourself.
That's something else you don't understand. How completely I am myself at the moment.
No, you're not.
You don't believe, then, that a girl might have a morbid sense of virtue.
You're displaying a positive talent for the stage.
I'm awfully sorry you don't believe me.
When it comes to the question under discussion, I wouldn't believe any modern girl.
That's rather a broad statement.
It's true.
That's been your experience?
Always.
You don't know it, but I just slapped your face. Would you mind telling me how old you are?
30.
No, you're not. You're still 13 and riding on the sidewalk with Charles. It's all been very interesting and enlightening, but it's getting late and I must get back. Where are the stairs?
You're such an angel. Why don't you fly down?
I've often heard of taking roller skates, but I never thought to bring a parachute.
You really want to go?
Now, what do you think?
I think right now you mean it.
How quick you are to grasp ideas.
But next time, I'm sure you'll change your mind.
Don't hold your breath until then. Operator. Operator, give me Riverside 7846. Hello? Hello, is that you, Connie? Oh, where are you? Oh, but you've got to tell me. I'll get a cab. I'll come and get you. Apartment? Where? Oh. Oh, Connie, you don't know what you're saying or what you're doing. Yes, dear. This is the second time tonight I found out how marvelous men are. Oh, but Connie, there are things much more important than throwing alarm clocks out of the window. Oh, please come home. Please let me come and get you. All right. But you will phone me tomorrow, won't you? Good night.
Hi, is anyone home? Hello, darling. I dropped my key in the escalator. Did you make the stairs all right, sweetie?
I had a little argument with the banister, but I won. Hello, Johnny.
Hello. Ooh, it's funny how things are moving around.
Yes, it sure is.
Life on the ocean waves. Hey, Stuart, another bottle of champagne. And tell the captain the waves entirely too high.
Take it easy, Francine. As soon as your boyfriend leaves, I'll help you navigate into the bedroom.
Bedroom? I'm not going to sleep here tonight. That wouldn't be right, would it, sweetie?
Certainly not. And never do anything which isn't right. Wouldn't be right to do that. Hey. Say, Francine wouldn't come with me until you knew about it. She said that you'd worry.
Oh. Well, now that I know all about it, I won't worry at all.
She won't worry at all.
She won't worry at all.
Well, now that's settled. Come on, let's go, huh?
Say, listen here, Francine. You're going to stay right here and sleep it off.
Stay here. Would that be a nice way to spend my wedding night? Without my husband?
Yeah.
You're married?
Well, of course we're married. That's what we've been telling you, isn't it?
Oh, what does this look like?
Yeah.
All perfect white diamonds.
Well, I must say
Well, what's so peculiar about that? People do it every day.
Well, yes, but...
No buts. People do it every day.
Well, I know,
Well,
but...
what's the use of arguing about it? They do it every day.
And Jerry, you haven't even wished me luck.
No.
You know, I wish you all the luck in the world, Francine.
Oh, I know you do. Ooh, there's something buzzing in my head. I know what it is.
What?
Alarm clock. And there's something I want to tell you about an alarm clock.
I know. You want to throw lots of them out the window, don't you?
Well, you won't hear any of them tomorrow morning, darling.
Oh, Marty.
Come on, let's go home. Good night, Jerry.
Good night, Jerry.
Yeah. There's that banister laid for me again.
Oh.
You know, sweetie, I think those drinks I had went to your head.
Amelia. No, I ain't busy.
Honey, I sure am glad you're getting your vacation tomorrow. You look downright peaked.
I guess it's the heat, Amelia.
Honey, you ever hear anything from your friend Miss Connie since she left the stove?
No. Yes. She's still at home visiting her people.
I'll go get you a Coca-Cola, honey. That'll make you feel better.
Thanks, Amelia. Perhaps you can't see so well from there. Why don't you come inside and get a good look?
Thank you. I was just waiting to be invited.
Why stand on ceremony? Surely your position gives you these little privileges?
My privileges are seldom so delightful.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you could do exactly as you like around here.
I hope to, but not here.
What a relief to know that I'm actually safe for the moment. I shall go on changing now. That is, if you don't mind.
Mind? I'm delighted.
I'm so glad you're making yourself comfortable, so you won't miss anything.
I never miss anything.
When you grow up, little boy, you'll find out that men don't usually brag about things like that.
Oh. So you think I'm acting rather young?
That's your only excuse.
Oh, now see here, Jerry. Perhaps I have been a bit rough about all this. But after all, when a girl doesn't even bother to put on a kimono in front of a man...
And why should I? You're not man enough for me to even notice whether you're here or not.
You're very clever in putting me in the wrong.
You make it so easy.
Oh, come on now. Let's not fight all the time. You needn't act as if I were really repulsive.
If you only knew how deathly ill it makes me feel to have you touch me.
Is that straight?
That's straight.
I beg your pardon.
Are those nails, Miss March?
No, they're thumbtacks.
It's all right, dearie. You fixed it up real homelike since you've been here. I got some pretty colored calendars in the basement. You might like...
No, thank you. I really couldn't bother you.
Oh, no bother. The way I feel is make your roomers happy. Mr. Carter, third floor front, he's a process server. That's a real influential job. He thinks you're pretty nice. He'd like to take you out.
No, thank you, Mrs. Hinkle. You see, I'm avoiding process service this season.
Have it your own way. That ain't right, dearie. A pretty girl ought to have plenty of friends.
Where will I find Miss March's room?
Right in there, dearie.
Frankie! Jerry!
Gee, I'm glad to see you.
Glad to see you. Oh, it's been a long time.
Oh, been too long. My, but you look grand.
Don't I? What a wild goose chase I've been on, trying to locate you.
I moved a week ago, trying to cut down expenses.
Yeah? Your new suite is hardly comme il faut.
Comme il who?
It's a terrible dump.
I suppose it is an awful come down for you.
Well, after all, it's your own fault. Look at Connie and me. We got away from this sort of thing, and you could do the same.
Tell me all about yourself, Frankie. Are you happy?
Well, how could I help it? Marty's an angel. And the most angelic thing about him is he's never around enough for me to be bored with him for a minute. Oh, no, nothing like that. You know, the Fanny Hurst system, 6 days out, 1 day in.
But are you really happy?
Of course I am. Look at these pearls Marty bought me. And look, $22 a pair. It's the only kind he'll let me wear. Oh, Jerry, you don't have to live like this. You don't have to be a prize simp in a stuffy room.
Frankie, please.
Well, if you had any sense, you'd let some man...
Stop it, Frankie, stop it. I won't stand it.
Sorry, Jerry. I didn't mean to rub it in. You know I didn't. But, honest, somebody's got to hammer some sense into you.
You never said a truer word, sister.
What do you mean by speaking to me?
Oh, don't get sore. Let's just take another slant at that $22 hose rig. The keyhole kind of cut off my view.
You fresh mug, you. What's this? One of the trick rumors?
I don't know, but he'd better get out and quick.
Now, sister, you're not going to be that way, too. Those pearls look like the real article. I'll say they are.
You!
Now, don't play rough, sister. You know, I had a tough enough time tracking you here.
Say, listen, if you don't get out of here, I'm going to call the police.
It's a good idea. Trust the police to be right on the spot. Here I am.
Say, listen, would you mind cutting out the funny cracks and telling us what's what?
Sure. I don't know just how much Cutie here knows. She probably don't know anything. Marty's slick enough to fool anyone. That's why it took us 6 months to get the goods on him while he's been playing millionaire around this town.
Well, what's the matter? What's he done?
Everything. Except to steal the roof off the police station. But his main racket is the department stores.
Oh. So that's why he came to the store.
What do you both mean? You don't think my Marty would steal?
Oh, not personally. He always had an expert gang to do his dirty work for him.
That's a lie. That's a lie, and I want to see him.
Sure, you're going to see him. There's a nice little car waiting downstairs to take you.
You let go of me. Let go of me. Jerry, make him let go of me.
Lay off of her, will you? She hasn't done anything. She's all right.
Sure.
Oh, buck up, Frankie. They can't do anything to you, darling.
That's what you get, girlie, for marrying a bozo you don't know nothing about. We got to call her out now for 3 other skirts that fell for his flash. But they were smarter than you. They didn't marry him. Well,
darling.
Let's be stepping.
No, I won't. Oh, Jerry, don't let him take me.
Darling, you've got to go. Don't be frightened, sweetie. I'll get my things and go with you.
Come on, stand aside. Give us a chance.
Who is she? What's she done?
Well, I want you to understand she isn't one of my roomers.
No, not this time.
Now, just a moment, sister. You can't see anybody down there or do her any good.
Oh, please let her go with me.
Darling,
please.
I'll be down the first thing in the morning. Honest, I will.
but Jerry.
You'll be all right, dear. Please
No.
go
All
ahead.
right, Eddie.
No.
Who is she? What has she done?
I'm going to take the children to Mother, and I'm going to get my divorce as quickly as I possibly can.
The whole blooming trouble is, Kitty, you don't understand. You still don't know the actual honest-to-God truth about this man and woman business. If you did understand, you'd forgive me. You'd say, oh, forget it, old man, and let's go on.
I've made up something that never was at all.
I don't know what I'd do, Davy,
You were exactly to
if this happened to us.
Oh, I know I was a
Oh, don't worry, darling. When we're married, we'll have nothing like this in our family.
It was there. It is. You wouldn't smash everything. You wouldn't take the children away from me.
Oh, go away. Go away.
I love you.
You never have. You never did.
I belong to you, Kitty.
I've asked Aunt Palmer to be one of my bridesmaids.
Fine. I wish we were going to have a simple wedding instead of all this fuss at St. Thomas.
Oh, well, you know Mother.
Yes.
A good prologue. I'm sorry, dear. Thank you.
Perhaps you're right, Davy. White orchids would be lovely for my bridal bouquet.
No, I'm sure they would, dear.
Jerry! Jerry! Hello, Connie, sweet. Oh, I thought it was David. But, oh, Jerry, I'm so glad to see you.
Are you really?
Yes. Come on in. Sorry to have come so late. I've been to the theater. I didn't know whether to disturb you or not. I oughtn't to speak to you the way you've been high-hatting me. You never phoned me or came to see me or anything. Oh, but it's lucky that you came tonight, just when I'm all alone. Poor Davy had to go to one of those big, stupid banquets with his father. Oh, Jerry, I'm so glad to see you. Connie, there's something I have to tell you. And there's so many things I have to tell you, I don't know where to begin. But, Connie, dear. Well, aren't you going to say something about my apartment? Sorry, I'd almost forgotten. Well, I'm dumb with admiration. Oh, but you haven't seen it yet. Wait a minute. Now, look, you press this button and it lights all the pictures on the wall. See? Oh, and Jerry, that picture is a real, what do you call it? Oh, David, tell me, but I've forgotten. And look, Jerry, this phonograph will play 12 records without changing. Do you remember that old thing we had that wouldn't play one unless you wound it up in the middle?
Yes, I still have it.
Oh, well, then I'm going to get you a new one. And look, there's the library. That'll tickle you. Come on. How do you like my statue? Oh, that's lovely. Oh, and Jerry, do you like my mantle? Isn't it grand? Jerry! Look, these are real books. Try it and see. I suppose you've read all of these. I'll be your age. Nobody ever reads books with leather bindings. Oh, don't they? No, and besides, David says brains always spoil a woman's charms. Oh, I see. Oh, and Jerry, now I've got something to show you. Come on. There's a clock built right over my bed. It hasn't got an alarm on it, has it, Connie? I should say not. I'm never going to hear an alarm clock again as long as I live. Sit down over there. Oh. Oh, isn't it lovely and comfortable? I should think you'd need a derrick to get you out of this. Tell me everything, Jerry. How about the store? Well, it's still standing. Do the girls still fight for the mirrors every morning? No, don't tell me. I'd rather forget it ever existed. Why, I don't even let David talk to me about it. Oh, Jerry, he's such a darling. Yes? If you knew Davy like I do, you'd change your opinion about men. Maybe you have already. No. Don't you ever see Davy's brother anymore?
No. He seldom comes in the department nowadays.
Oh, I'm sorry. I sort of thought maybe you and he... Oh, Connie, you're much too romantic for me. Well, you ought to hear David talk about his brother. He just worships Tony. He thinks everything he says and does is just perfect.
Imagine two such perfect men in one family.
Still the same old hard-boiled Jerry. Why, according to you, all sorts of things are going to happen to me. Look at me.
Connie, dear,
Oh, but Jerry, I do want you for my bridesmaid. You see, David wants a very simple wedding. So we're going to the little church around the corner. Oh, there he is now. It's his key in the lights. Yoo-hoo! Here I am, darling, in here.
Connie, dear, I've got something.
Wait, I'll bring him in here. Oh, Davy!
Oh, honey, I can only stay a minute.
Oh, Davy, this is Jerry. You know Jerry Moss that I've spoken to you about?
How do you do?
How do you do? I've seen you at the store. I'd no idea it was so late. You know how it is when girls get talking?
Yes. I'm sure you had plenty to tell.
Well, Jerry, if you really must go... Oh, we're going to see a lot of each other now, and I'll call you tomorrow.
All right, Connie. Good night, Connie.
Good night, Jerry.
Good night, dear.
Well, Connie, there's something I want to
Why
tell...
did you act that way toward Jerry?
Oh, don't pretend. I know she told you all about it.
About what, dear?
About her seeing me this evening. I was going to tell you about it tonight anyhow.
Connie. Don't take it like this, honey. Oh, Jerry. He's gone. That's it. Cry if you can, darling. It'll make you feel better.
Did you see the old hen that wanted the athletic shorts?
No, I was up in the superintendent's office.
Yeah, in another month they'll start jamming up the Christmas stock. It isn't one thing, it's another.
I'll say it is.
March. Yes. You're wanted at the employment office. What for? How do I know?
Guess I'll be out of a job tomorrow.
Oh. Why, I thought Mr. Andrews was in here.
Wait a moment. I'm taking his place for a minute. Won't you please sit down? Jerry, perhaps it isn't quite square shooting sending for you this way, but I couldn't let another day pass without talking to you. This is straight. Can't we be friends?
And look at the view. What a pity you haven't a disappearing stairway in here.
And that's hitting below the belt, taking unfair advantage.
You're the one who's taking the unfair advantage. Just because your name is Jardine.
Oh, come now. You can blame me for my habits, but you can't blame me for my name.
Habits and names seem to go together.
You insist on fighting with me, don't you? But I won't do it. Jerry, this is an unconditional surrender. All my life I've had the wrong slant on things. I've been rotten clear through. And this thing, conscience, I guess you call it, has been torturing me. Knowing you has changed everything. Jerry, I want you to believe me. Won't you please give me another trial?
May I be excused now, Mr. Jardine?
You're making a mistake, Jerry.
Perhaps I'm not to report for work tomorrow.
You know better than that.
Thank you. Good night.
Evening paper.
Jimmy.
Good evening, Miss March. Here's your
Hi.
paper.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Evening paper. Evening paper.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Jerry.
Did you go for a walk today?
No.
I've got a surprise for you.
What is it?
Guess.
I don't know.
Those little sweet pickles you're so crazy about.
Oh, thank you, Jerry.
Here. Say, we've got to eat fast tonight. Guess who's coming?
Who?
Prince Charming in person. Known to his intimates as Joseph Aloysius Munsey.
Oh.
And guess what he has with him? A brand new Ford and lots of ambition. He's got to learn how to drive it, so he's picked on us to help him. Come on, darling, snap into it. We've got to hurry. Say, bring those packages in, will you, Connie? I'll have everything ready in a second. Come on, Connie, dear. Hurry with those things. Thank you. You go ahead and sit down. Gee, I'm so hungry I could eat shoe leather. How about you? Don't you feel well tonight, honey?
Oh, sure. I feel fine.
Oh, I'd almost forgotten. I got a letter from Frankie today.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Muggin Center, Ohio. She should kid me about being born in Simpkinsville. You go ahead and eat, honey, while I read it to you. Dearest Jerry and Connie, can you tie this one? I'm learning to milk a cow. And believe it or not, there's a lot to be said for cows. She's gotten rural on us.
My mother has fixed the old place up like a palace, put in new plumbing and 200 white leggins. I wonder if the leggins sleep with the family. The folks around here are kind of simple. And when I say simple, I mean simple. But I guess I've got no call to kid about being dumb. I certainly won the barbed wire bathrobe for brains in New York. Jerry, I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't pulled me out of this and given me money. Oh, well, the rest is just a lot of hooey. There's Sir Galahad now.
Hello, Joe? I can't come up. I can't stop the engine. All right. We'll be right down. Hurry up. I'm burning up a lot of gas.
Hurry, Connie, get your things on. That thing out there is out of control. We'll have to catch it on the fly. Hurry up.
You go, Jerry. I don't want to. Oh, but we've got to go for a minute, dear. We can't stand poor Joe up. Please, Jerry. I'd rather stay home and listen to the radio. All right, dear. But I'll only just go around the block with him.
Providing the thing holds up that long. Farewell, gal, if I never see you again.
Goodbye, Jerry.
Fifth Avenue Tatler speaking. I'm right in my element, for all Fifth Avenue has moved to Long Island this evening. I wish I could picture to you the glorious view of the Jardine estate.
Here I am.
Hello, Jerry. Well, what do you think of it? 30 miles to the gallon. The last word in economical transportation. Want to look at the motor?
No, I know it's got a motor in it, Joe. I can hear it. Come on, we got to get going. Just once around the block now.
Ah, Jerry.
I can't help it. I can't leave Connie alone like that.
Well, all right. All right, baby.
Joe!
Close the door, baby, will you?
And Mrs. Daniel Jardine, the charming hostess, is wearing a fuchsia-colored creation by Panthois. Mrs. Jardine is the mother of the groom-to-be, Mr. David Jardine, whose marriage to... As you all know, this marriage, uniting two of the most popular members of the younger set, will take place at St. Thomas Cathedral on Fifth Avenue.
Leave go the brakes, will you? Leave go the brakes!
What's the matter, Joe?
Leave go the brakes! Don't worry, baby, I can handle it.
The bride-to-be is ravishingly lovely in a snow-white chiffon frock by Callot. She is wearing a white brocaded wrap trimmed with broad bands of chinchilla, and her only jewels are pearls. And girls, while on the subject, the bridegroom-to-be is rather a handsome specimen himself. And handsome bridegrooms are rare. But seriously, what a perfect pair. What a picture of radiant happiness.
I've really got to go, Joe.
Oh, wait, Jerry. You do like the car, don't you?
Sure I do. But it's not half as nice as you are, Joe. You're a darling.
Oh, Jerry, wait a minute, will you?
Not anymore tonight, Joe. I'll be seeing you.
Good night, baby.
Good night.
You can hear the music playing. Hundreds of couples are strolling around the pools and fountains.
Oh, Connie, you'll die laughing when I tell you about Joe.
The beau monde has gathered in idyllic surroundings here at Soundview tonight in honor of the approaching marriage of Miss Evelyn Woodforth and Mr. David Jardine.
Connie?
Myriads of colored lights are now playing on the fountains, and everybody is laughing and happy.
Connie!
The wedding next week of this popular couple will be the first and most impressive event of the fall season.
Connie! Oh! Connie, what is it? What have you done? Speak to me, Connie. Speak to me. Oh. Oh, what made you do it? What made you do it, dear? Oh, poor little Connie. I'll get her, Doctor, dear. I'll hurry right back.
Is one of the most popular members of the Junior League and was prominent last.
The doctor, quick.
Doctor's out on a case, ma'am. I don't know when he'll be back.
Oh. Hurry, Doctor. She's in agony.
To Warner Higginson, Lord and Lady Batteray, and driving up in the...
There she is in there, Doctor.
Who? Thank you. Mr. Elliot Beckwith and Miss Vivian Aldershot. Miss Aldershot is wearing a charming little Bouillet Serve creation.
Hey, get some milk, quick.
Yes, Doctor. What can I do, Doctor?
Hey, get on the other side and help me raise her.
Yes. Oh, Doctor, you've got to save her. You've got to.
I'll do my best.
Is there a chance?
I doubt it.
Connie. Connie, dear. Oh, Jerry. Just make up your mind that you can get well, and you will. I don't want to. Oh, yes, you do, dear. Blanco, 634. Hurry, operator. Hello. Mr. David Jardine, please. Oh, but I must speak to him. Oh, it doesn't matter where he is. I've got to get in touch with him. Hello? Hello, do you hear me? Hello? Doctor, how long?
Why, it's hard to tell. There won't be any change for 2 hours at least.
Well, you will stay with her, though, won't you?
Why, of course.
I'll be back as soon as I can. Chance, something that might help her. Oh, but I must, I tell you.
Jerry. Jerry, I'm so...
Oh, I've got to see your brother right away.
My brother?
Yes, David. Oh, it's very important. Please let me see him.
Well, what is it? Can't I?
No, it's nothing I can tell you. I've got to see him.
Certainly. Won't you wait inside a moment?
This way, please.
Jerry March is here and wants to see you.
Oh, well, what does she want?
I don't know what she wants, but it seems important. You've got to see her.
Oh, but Tony, I can't see her now.
You've got to see her. Come on.
But I can't with all these people here.
David, Connie needs you. She's dying.
What?
Poison. Oh, you didn't think people did things like that, did you? But she did it. She did it.
What's been done for her? Did you get a doctor?
Oh, a doctor can't do anything more for her, but you can. You've got to come with me now.
I can't go with you now. I can't leave here tonight. Well, that's impossible.
Oh, but you've got to. You've got. Oh, don't let him go. Please don't let him go.
What is this? That girl from the store I told you about is dying. I can't help it. It isn't my fault.
Oh, of course it isn't your fault. And I'm sure you'll agree with me, Mr. Jardine. Just imagine. When a man told her that he loved her and wanted to marry her, she actually believed
Jerry,
him.
please.
Yes, isn't it childish? She wasn't modern enough. She didn't know, as we do, that no woman is moral or decent.
Jerry, please, someone will hear you.
We mustn't let anyone hear us, must we? Do everything behind closed doors. That's it. That's the thing to do. Isn't it? Well, isn't it?
That isn't what I meant. You've got to get control of yourself.
Oh, yes, of course. Why should anyone bother about such an ordinary story? A girl who was so poor that she thought love would be a rich thing and found herself robbed of the little she had.
Where is she?
In my room in New York.
I'll get my car.
I won't go. I won't face her. I can't.
You should have thought of that before.
Well, you're a fine one to talk after the things you taught me.
I'll take my share of the blame, David, if you'll take yours. Let's go.
I won't. You can't make me.
Oh, yes, I can. Get out.
And you've got to make her believe you still love her. You've got to.
I'm here, Connie. Do you hear me? Connie, I've come back. I'll never go away from you again, Connie. Never.
Oh, Davy, I'm so happy.
Connie. Connie. Why, the phone's ringing.
Sure it is. Go ahead and answer it.
Hello? What?
Say, I've been trying all over to get you. They gave me this number at your house. Say, there's $1 million picture down at the Capitol tonight, baby. Will you come with me?
Oh, I'd love to, Joe. Only I'm tied up at the moment.
Oh, why won't you come with me, Jerry?
I'll tell you why, you big stiff, because you're talking to my future wife. And if you don't lay off, I'll break you into 1,000 pieces.
Is that so? Why don't you come down here and fight like a man? Where am I? None of your business.